Hello there. Today I'm flying with Emirates from Dubai to London Gatwick on flight EK009. I've been lucky enough to be upgraded to business class, so I find myself upstairs in an Airbus A380, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to run through and have a look at some of the wines that they're serving in business class. So what I have in my glass at the moment is an American wine. This is a California Chardonnay from a producer I'd not heard of before. This is a 2023 Sonoma Coast Chardonnay from Vivier. Evidently Vivier was founded as recently as 2009, and it's described as a collaboration between a lazy French winemaker and an adventurous American. So this is a husband and wife team. This is Stephane Vivier, a winemaker who grew up in Burgundy and ended up coming to work at the Hyde de Villaine winery, a winery partially owned by the family who are in the fabulous domain de Romani-Conti. Stephane's American wife, Dara, took the wine bug while a student at Walla Walla and developed it further when she was studying in Paris at the Sorbonne. They met after Stephane had come to the United States in 2002 and soon realised that they wanted to be and to work together. This particular wine is likened by its producers to the sort of wine you would get coming from Merceau. And what little I've been able to find out about it is that its production levels are tiny. There were only something like 50 cases in 2018, for instance. Yeah, they take the fruit for this wine off. It's partnered with one of the best clones of Chardonnay available in California, the Wente clone. It's a clone introduced to California in the 1890s, and the hillside vineyard here is cooled by a maritime influence from sea breezes. This is a hillside site with shallow rocky and clay soils. Picking's done entirely manually, and that happens in the first week of September. Now, I've seen absolutely no information as to the winemaking on this, but given the Merceau reference, I would assume it very closely follows that of Burgundy. So I'm expecting this is a wine that will be barrel fermented in French oak. I'm expecting it will have undergone malolactic conversion. I'm expecting it will have been aged with its lees for a period of at least 6 months, possibly more. I should perhaps have explained that the reason that Stephane refers to himself, or allows himself to be referred to, as a lazy winemaker is that his approach is low intervention. Certainly that's the case in the vineyard, where he believes that the site's terroir should craft the wine. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Let's start with a medium to pale lemon yellow colour. Swirling it, best I can in this tiny glass, the wine seems a little reticent to throw any tears, yet it does seem to be clinging to the glass there. I was really surprised from a California Chardonnay to see that this is only 12.5% alcohol. So let's see what we make of the aroma, shall we? The aromas start with a really vivid and quite powerful butterscotchy note. Behind that there are creamy, leesy notes. There's some quite rich stone fruit, ripe peach. Perhaps almost a touch of pineapple. And some higher toned citric notes as well. And none of those elements I'm describing particularly stand out. They're all harmoniously combined in there. So let's taste. The wine is pure and fine. It certainly doesn't seem big. With 12% alcohol, it's not got a heavyweight finish, but it's really quite lean, pure, and very well focused. There's quite a linear acidity runs through it. That's very nicely rounded out by creamy notes. There are notes of vanilla and slight hints of cedar. Again, all very harmoniously together. Continuing on to a sort of citric and quite mineral note at the finish, and almost a hint of candied peel there. This is a wine that, without being too heavy, too full, manages to have a wonderful intensity of pure fruit that lasts very well. It's a wine I would suggest could probably carry on developing for another 6 or 7 years very happily. I looked to see if there was a Wine Searcher aggregated critics score for this. Now, while there isn't one for this vintage, previous vintages have gained 92 out of 100, and I think that's at about the level this is. Although there would be an argument to suggest that its finesse, its balance and its elegance might lead you to consider that maybe it deserves 93 out of 100. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do please press the like button. If you'd like to watch more of these videos, it would be great if you'd sign up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that way, at that time, you can set yourself a notification. You can be alerted every time I publish a new video. If you have any comments, please pop those in the comments box below. I'd love to know what you think about the wines I'm looking at, the tastings I'm doing, or anything else that relates to that. If you have any friends you think might like to watch the video, I'd be really grateful if you'd pass it on to them. So I'll leave a link in the notes below to the webpage for the Wine Search website for this vintage of this wine, and you can see if there's any available in your market, and if so, at what price it is. So thank you again for watching, and I do hope that maybe you'll manage to make some time and perhaps join me and watch another wine tasting video in the very near future. Till then, bye for now.